Hello, everybody. How's it going? I'm not Broughy1322, and today it's the Choking Hazard podcast. I'm here with my usual co-hosts, but not my usual host. I'm Joshua, who's apparently hosting this now.
This video is brought to you by you. Thank you so much for simply being here and enjoying my content. Please do leave a comment, like the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already for a chance to see your name here in a future video.
Above me, we have Sugar-Free Nos. Say hello.
Hello, not Broughy. How are you?
Yeah, great. Over here, we have RDT.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
And then, for some reason, a little bit down here in the bottom, we have Hammer.
Yeah, between us.
How's it going?
I could put you up here, I guess. There you go. There you go, buddy.
Thanks. Hang on.
This podcast is cursed, and RDT is apparently too loud.
Okay, we're going down. That's all right.
Well, that's always the
Yeah.
case.
Just mute him.
So we had a last-minute change of arrangements. This was not planned, but Broughy, for reasons that will allow him to explain if he wants to later, is not here. But we all were here 5 minutes away from being to go live. And then Broughy couldn't come. And then he said, do you want OBS files? So I have received OBS files. We clamoured it together, and now we're here to try to do the podcast.
Yes, we're gonna share the stream key with you. And
Oh yeah.
No,
I have
not gonna do
Broughy's. I have
We're
Broughy's
not
stream
going
key.
to do that.
We're
I'm
gonna
selling
dox
Broughy's
him.
stream key to the highest bidder. Who wants it? Come on, anybody?
Well, it doesn't come with all of his donations, so I'm not interested.
Look how dedicated we are to you, Choking Hazard family.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
could have.
Look how dedicated we are.
All 15 of you, we're here
Yeah.
for you.
We
there's a lot
definitely
here for you.
there.
we
There's
definitely
130
didn't debate not showing up in the slightest.
Hey, there was no debate on my part, okay? I've called out of this podcast like half a year in a row, okay? I was going to be here today.
Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah, we have a few things to talk about. I don't believe all of these are Broughy things. There's 2 which I think are. The rest aren't. So we should be okay to fill for this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll give it our best shot. I'm sure we'll have a proper podcast next month with Broughy on it. But we'll probably do a short one today and see what we got.
Yeah. Or next week, who knows?
That
Yeah.
means that this is going to be 3 hours. You just doomed us. It's like, oh, this is probably going to be a short show.
Okay, I mean, there is a Josh segment which would be quite long, so I can fill time
You
there.
moved again, dude.
I moved again. Yeah, you can see I'm in a different background. Why is my face
See,
so
this is,
red?
as soon as he gets host privileges, it's just a Joshima's takeover.
Wait.
It's in my podcast now.
You're probably stressed from
My,
doing all that
my
work.
face is super red from being like, oh, about everything, I guess. Okay, well, hopefully I stop being red at some point. Anyway, I think we'll go straight to our first topic, which is hilarious that Broughy isn't here. We can all talk about it as if we know. The first topic is I changed the friggin' Patreon tier names for fuck's sake.
What does that even mean?
Oh, you weren't
you
here
weren't here.
last time, Nos. Yeah, so last episode we bullied Broughy about his Patreon tier names.
Oh, come on. I missed out on bullying him.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah, it was
serious?
pretty-
Yeah, it was great.
It was silly. I'm gonna check them. I don't remember what they were before. Any Broughy Patreon in the audience can tell
It
us.
was like tier 1, 2, 3, and tier S. And we
Yeah.
were like, well, why don't you make the top one tier 1, 3, 2, 2 then? Like,
Yeah, that's right.
At least there'll be numbers.
Yeah, you had like basic and then tier 1, 2, 3, yeah, and then letters all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can safely say that he has renamed them. So basic access is just £1 a month. That's normal. If you just want early GTA car testing info, it's £2.
Okay.
Tier 1 supporter, £4.50. You'll get in credits and stuff like that, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not shilling Broughy's.
Yeah, why are we
I don't know
advertising?
what's on it. Yeah. Tier 2 supporter is £8.50. Tier 3 supporter is £17. And then, tier 1322 supporter is like 50 quid.
There
But-
you go.
but-
That's your.
but
That's
then-
the upper echelons.
Well, hang on. How do we feel about this? He then has a tier 1322 plus supporter.
I'm not as mad at that.
Yeah?
I'm not as mad at as that. because it was like S and S plus and S plus plus, and it was just like
I'm just concerned that
Nah.
some poor grandma is going to buy the wrong thing for Christmas.
That's
okay.
That's exactly. It's just, yeah. That's what I like about you, RDT. You're always on the consumer side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why isn't it like Bloody Squirrel said it should be 1 free, 2 free?
What? What is it?
The last tier. If instead of 1 free, 2 2, it should be 1 free, 2
Good point.
3 instead of plus. Yeah.
Listen, we've gotten to make one change. I think that's enough. He's like often referred to as a man who doesn't like change. So the fact that we've managed to get him this far is impressive. So
Yeah.
well done.
Well done. Jamie's
Bullying
not
works.
here. Yeah. Jamie's not here for us to tell him.
Good morning. What are you doing?
I guess let's leave this thing for a little bit. Let's do, I guess, the main. We have a few gaming newses. I would
We're
say.
going straight into gaming news. You're messing up my time.
Oh, sorry, I'm messing everything up. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We'll go straight into gaming news.
Well, hang on, no. It's well, like
No.
it's
Wow, the show's almost over.
it's not in the gaming news bit. It's on its own bit for some reason. But it's
okay,
also
we'll
gaming
make
news.
it. That's fine. We'll make it its own bit then.
Okay, it's
good.
Red Dead Redemption on PC. I wanted to hear Nos talk about Red Dead Redemption on PC because he's going to be
Yes.
super hyped for this, right?
I am very super hyped for it. It's very exciting that after 14 years I finally get to play this game with a mouse and keyboard. it's so nice. Hardcore mode's so nice. It's a very competent port too, you know. I've noticed no issues with it. I don't know about you. You've been speedrunning it, so a little bit. So you're more likely to break the game than I am. I'm almost done with my 100% playthrough. I just haven't had time to get back to it.
God.
So
Jeez, that's cool.
Actually, I think Red Dead Redemption was the only game that I've ever 100%ed.
yeah, it's not a hard 100% to be honest. It's not that difficult.
Yeah.
I watched you. Watched your stream the other day where you were doing the. Was it the Legends of the West challenges that you were doing?
Yeah, well, the route that I take kind of mixes in everything all together. But I did like jump ahead and do some other challenges that were not, that I shouldn't have been doing at that time. But it was, it's fun. I mean, like I said, I can't identify any issues with it whatsoever. I mean, other than the fact that it doesn't have the multiplayer, but we didn't expect that. So.
Yeah,
there was from what I saw. Like I've not been keeping up with like the development or anything of these. I don't know. Can you call them remasters? Slight remasters.
it's weird. They're like ports, right? But just like years later,
more of a port than a remaster. Yeah. But there seemed to be some sort of controversy in the in the community. I was watching GTA Men's stream on the first day that it launched, and lots of his chat were very angry about the port. The fact that it was not a full 4K with extra content thing that Rockstar absolutely definitely promised. It's like, where did you see any of that information? There's like none of that information was out there. It was just we're bringing it out on PC. That's it.
What? Yeah.
The expectation that there would be more content and it being like full 4K up-res and whatnot. It's.
Well, I mean, you
that's
can
what
run
you're
it in 4K. I mean, but
it's not something that Rockstar ever promised. So
yeah, it's weird because it's basically the same version that they put on PS5 and Switch, right? Like it's the same thing.
Yes. Yeah,
with more features.
People were
though.
expecting a full PC, all bells and whistles.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
as far as the PC port goes, it does have the bells and whistles. I mean, it has all your upscaling option. It has ultra wide support. Mouse and keyboard,
DLSS and whatnot. And but I think people aren't taking into account the age of the game. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
you can add all of that stuff
and-
to the game, and it'll make it run smoother, but it's still going to look pretty much the same.
Yeah.
You know, it
It's
might
like
look a little bit better, but it's a game that's what
14 years
10
old.
years
14.
14 years old.
Yeah.
Jeez.
14. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
There's
it's
some
still a game
AI
from 14
upscaling
years
or
ago.
something.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
it's such an old game, right? Like, if you use all the upscaly stuff, like DLSS and that, like, you can probably run the game at like 8K native resolution or something,
Yeah.
and downscale it loads. But that's the best you're gonna get, right? Yeah, I thought the port was really good. I was super happy with it. I did have a funny moment when I first started the game. I was like, I wanted to be the first person to beat it, right? So I'm like speed running, downloading, and setting up all the menus and stuff. I went for all the settings super quick, just whacked everything to maximum, and then I got into the game, and then the first few seconds it was like 2 FPS. And I was just like, oh no, the port is horrible, but I guess it was just compiling shaders or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as I finished that, it was like just locked 144 FPS the whole time. I never dipped at all. Just it was amazing.
Yeah. Same for me, and I have much less of a PC than you do. So
yeah, but it is like a 14-year-old game. It's like, if you think about it, you compare this to like GTA 4, right? Which is, it'll be almost the same engine. Those games came out super close to each other. It would be like super close, like, but the difference between that is GTA 4 port was horrendous, and the Red Dead Redemption port is, sure, it's like 14 years too late, but it's like good. It's like, what I really want to have happen is, now that Double 11 are done with this, I want them to report GTA 4.
that would
Like,
be really nice.
Whatever they did to Red Dead Redemption, like, just do the same to GTA 4. Like, here's GTA 4 fixed with all the NVIDIA features and proper keyboard and mouse and all that stuff.
I
That'd be
mean,
quite nice.
Rockstar aren't one for passing up on reselling their existing property, so you never know.
True.
Might happen again.
Like, yeah, what would they? How would they advertise it though? Maybe is this them gearing up to do GTA 4 Definitive Edition or something? But instead of them remaking it, they're just going to report it like this. Maybe.
I would accept that. I would love to play GTA 4 at 60 FPS. That'd be cool.
Well, 144, hopefully, but yeah.
Well, I'll settle for 60. Okay, with the times I've tried to play GTA 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I thought the port was like super good. I didn't have any issues with it. It's like going through the options and seeing keyboard and mouse, and it just all worked as well. Everything was just perfect. Have you used like my favorite part of it was the map. Like, you know, when you go open the big maxi map to put a marker down, like, for whatever reason, using that feels super nice and fluid on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. I use the map a little bit. I typically don't open the map. I mean, I've got like 14 years in this game, so
Right.
I kind of know where everything is. But the couple times that I
different
did, it was really fluid.
Well, you open it a lot in the speedrun to put a marker down so you can teleport to it.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
That's
yeah,
right.
doing that constantly. It felt like on console, like slowly dragging the cursor over and putting an X down. Here, I just whip my mouse over and just do it. Yeah. But the funny thing is, though, that currently, at least the last I checked, the Red Dead Redemption speedrunning community, which isn't that big, but there's a few people.
Which, it's 3 people.
Yeah,
yourself
roughly.
included.
Them running the game on PC, they are using controller because auto aim is just it's too overpowered. It's just ridiculous. Like you just to speedrun it with a controller, you just hold down the aim like in the vague direction of an enemy. It automatically locks onto them. You move the analog stick up a little bit, and you get an insta headshot. And you just go bang. You just flicking the sticks like bam, 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 like that.
Yeah.
That's something that I always liked about that game, how snappy it felt on controller. It felt really nice to play.
Yeah, it was somehow a game with auto aim that actually took a little bit of skill, because it was easy to miss if you didn't know exactly how much to move your cursor up to get a headshot or whatever.
But it still felt like really snappy. Like it was like I was thinking about this a lot earlier when I was looking at the remaster came out. I think quite a lot of it has to do with and I think Rockstar are like absolute masters of this, is their sound design, because a lot of it is just whipping the gun out, and the sound of it just like it adds a lot to the experience, you know, like hearing the clinks of the metal on your like your leather gloves and things like that is just like, man, they're so good at doing that stuff. They're experts at sound design. They really are.
Even like their menu in Red Dead Redemption, like I can hear like the clicking of like picking options.
It's a really satisfying sound in the menus as well.
Yeah, the audio of the bolt action rifle is like ingrained in my memory as a core childhood memory.
Yeah. So generally, it was pretty good. I hadn't heard of anyone having issues with it, so funny that you know people who did.
Well, the only people that the only thing I've seen people complaining about is they're just whining about how much it is.
True.
You know?
Okay.
Like everyone's just.
I mean, are they wrong?
Is it full price?
Well, I think
basically it's like $50 or something.
I mean, I think that there's a lot more of a case to be made for it being way too much if you were to buy the Nintendo Switch or the PS5 version. I think. Because those don't have nearly as much capability as the PC version. But at least the PC version comes close to having new features, I would say. I mean, you've got your ultra-wide support and your DLSS and all your configurable settings and everything like that. You know, I mean, is $50 a little high for it? Sure. But, I mean, my opinion of this is like, well, what is the agreeable price? What can we pay $30? Okay. Well, my theory is if you can't afford $50 for the game, you probably can't afford $30 for the game. So maybe it's just not the game for you. You know, no, it's like verging on outrageous, I would say, but it's not quite there yet.
It's funny because most of my job, a lot of my job, if for people that don't know, is like figuring out pricing for things. Not really consumer items like a video game, but other things like online advertisements. And one of the things that's really important is finding a solid friction point where people are like not bothered enough to buy it, but might still be a little bit concerned about it. So like that $50 price point, like you're saying, people are like, oh, that's too much, but I'm still going to buy it.
Yeah.
If it was 55 or 60, maybe they wouldn't. If it was lower, they wouldn't make as much revenue off of it. So it's like they've done a lot to think about where they priced it.
It's like if you price it low enough that people are happy about it, it's too low.
Yeah.
Right. Like
exactly.
The difference between $40 and $50, like maybe they'll lose like 10% of sales or something. But if you increase it by $10, that makes up for the loss in sales or whatever.
Yeah.
So
and you can always bring the price down. You can't.
You can't go up.
It, so.
That's true.
Bloody Squirrels does have a great point that I would have sold my soul to play this game on PC. So maybe I'm not the most objective when it talks about pricing.
I come from the opposite side that Red Dead 1. Well, I say Red Dead 1. You know what I mean by Red Dead 1. I don't mean Red Dead Revolver. Or whatever. I mean Red Dead Redemption 1.
That's what I want a remaster of is Red Dead Revolver. That would be fun.
But when that is one of my all-time favorite games, and it's not a type of game that I normally play. So it's like it's a shooting game. I don't like shooting in games. I don't like combat in games generally. But I absolutely loved Red Dead. But I'm not going to pay $50 for that game. I'm not going to pay $50 for that game again.
Well, luckily it'll go on sale.
Paid 40, maybe, but not paying 50 for it. Don't be silly.
I reckon like next year it would probably be cheap. Like they'd probably slash the price.
I would probably pick it up in a sale. It'll probably be one of these games that regularly gets big reductions in a Steam sale, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Although Rockstar aren't a fan of doing big reductions that often, so maybe not. But I would imagine there would be sales.
Yeah, and there's like no rush to buy it. I guess like you waited 14 years.
No.
What's a couple more months?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And like, Nos, you know about this stuff. Is there a modding scene?
A little bit. One trying. I mean, we can just go to the Nexus right now.
Way past all the John Marsden nude mods.
No, it's not that bad. I mean, there are people that are really trying to do some stuff. I mean, obviously there's some menus for it, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, you can even, I mean, of course, you can drive the car now, everyone's dreamed of driving the car.
Oh my god!
So-
Wait, where do I get this? I want this now.
It's just, I think you can use one of the trainers and spawn it in, and you can spawn in like the all the multiplayer mounts and stuff like that. But I mean, people are trying to. It looks like there's a team trying to do kind of an overhaul of visuals, like improve the draw distance and the this and the that and the lighting. But I don't think it's quite. I don't think it's quite there yet. You know, it's still very early.
Do you need
So-
to improve
costs
the
50
draw
bloody quid.
distance? Like,
Yeah, it's true. It's already pretty good, but
it's already like it's like that's all the obvious things. If you're remastering a really old game, it's like okay, the slot that I remember the bottom of the graphics menu is like LOD, 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 LOD. You just slap them all to maximum, right? So like the level of detail goes super far out. That's like nothing else you can do. Like I'm surprised they can go any further. But anyway, yeah, that's what I would say is the main selling point of Red Dead on PC is like if it has mods. Like I wonder if I don't know if anyone's looked into this. I haven't, but I wonder if someone's data mined the PC version, see if the multiplayer stuff is still in there. Because if
I'm
it is,
not sure. I'm really not sure.
Yeah, because can we just host our own servers for the multiplayer? Like that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, well,
Like-
I think, I mean, barring that, our best shot at playing the multiplayer in the current day and age is probably if the net play fork of Xenia gets compatible with it and it doesn't have many bugs. Because you could play it right now on the PS3 emulator. It's just the PS3 emulator performs like garbage. So, especially with Red Dead. So, well, I shouldn't disparage it. There are some games on the PS3 emulator that run phenomenally well, but Red Dead is not one of those games. So, but it has functioning multiplayer, like robust functioning, like it just works.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's like you can have bad performance, but the multiplayer just works. Or you can have good performance on the 360 emulator, but no multiplayer quite yet.
Right.
So,
yeah. I hope people figure out the multiplayer because that would be really cool.
I agree. I mean, I still have, other than GTA 5, that's the multiplayer that I have the most time in. Like I think like 60 days or something like that back in the day, like 60 days of game time just in the multiplayer. So,
Wow.
Yeah. And this leads into another thing I wanted to say about this was that like what are all the emulators going to do now? Cuz the PS3 and Xbox 360 and PS4 and whatever the other Xbox was, all of those emulators, their main selling point is Red Dead Redemption. Right? That was like the holy grail. Like, you can't have this game on PC, but you have to emulate it, right? Like, whenever I watch any video about any emulator from that generation, the main game is always Red Dead Redemption. It's like,
yeah,
they've lost their
that
like
was maybe
big...
part of their reasoning for doing the port.
maybe. But yeah, they've lost that now. I don't know what the main benchmark is going to be after that. I think there's some Metal Gear Solid games that aren't on PC, right? So maybe that.
Yeah, there's plenty of console of 360 and PS3 games that aren't on PC. I mean,
right.
Yeah, almost all of the Forza games from back then are not on PC. For I think there's some of the like. Are there any of the Souls games that aren't on PC that were on PS3, or did they all come to PC?
Maybe
I think
Demon Souls, yeah.
Demon Souls, I think, came right eventually. Or does
I'm not sure. I'm not involved in that community, but I know that's a big PlayStation game.
I'm not involved in the PC.
No,
community.
Demon Souls. Wait, is it? Okay, it's confusing. The top two posts when I search it are as a Reddit saying, "Is it safe to assume Demon Souls remake will never go to PC?" And then the next post is, "You can play Demon Souls on PC right now."
Oh, with an emulator. If you have
is it with an emulator? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, maybe that game would be like the last thing.
Yeah, but there's still plenty of games that still haven't come to PC from that generation of systems. So
yeah,
I'm just and speaking of things like that, Red Dead's on PC forever now. It's just here. It just exists. So and no one can take it from us now.
Until Rockstar takes the license from Steam.
Well, I mean, then you just pirate it. I mean, you know how it goes. Like, so
yeah. Just in time for X86 to be replaced by ARM, right? And then all of the old games, we lose them all anyway. All right. Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that's Red Dead Redemption PC, I guess.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I want 11 to do more things. But, like, please, GTA 4. Fix GTA 4, for the love of God.
Oh, and also, I'm just happy that all those people online that just with baseless claims of it's spaghetti code, it'll never come to PC, it's spaghetti code.
No. There was another excuse before that. The previous excuse before Red Dead Redemption 2 was that horse controls wouldn't work on keyboard and mouse. You remember? People used to say that all the time.
Who said that? They need to be hit in the head with a brick.
People in my chat, like years ago. But before Red Dead Redemption 2, as soon as Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out, all those people shut up, right? But yeah, that was the thing I heard for years.
Horse controls. What do you know? Do you think no games on PC ever had a horse?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm not the one saying it.
I don't really see why that was a big deal.
How many games do have horses?
Even like Minecraft has horses, right?
I could go play Gun. It has horses.
I was going to say, did Gun not come out on PC? I'm pretty sure it did. I mean, fair enough, it was a terrible game, but, you know.
Gun wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
I liked it. I liked Gun. I'll defend Gun.
The only thing good about it was running so fast that your horse exploded.
What? The Witcher. Now I'm just going down a rabbit hole of horses and video games.
Well, you also went down another rabbit hole recently, apparently, RDT.
He's got segues.
I tried really hard. Apparently, you're back streaming GTA on yours, and he's gone.
Yeah, well, I'm still here. My thing just exploded.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay.
Yeah, I just left as soon as you mentioned my name. I'm like, fuck that.
It's an RDT
oh my gosh, we're
topic
talking about me. I've got to leave. I've got to go.
Okay. Okay, you're back. Good.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, just very randomly, I was playing Xbox. I think I was actually like playing something else, and then I saw that Broughy came online, and I went into a party with some people, and they were like, "Yeah, he's streaming GTA right now. Come play with us."
What else is he gonna stream?
Yeah, I know, right?
Boom, got him. Boom.
So
don't roast a man when he's not here. That's not fair.
I decided to jump back into GTA and do some races and lose most of them by 25 positions. And then the Eagles game started. I left, and he tried to invite me back, and I was like, damn, he's obsessed with me. Because when I joined, I wasn't watching the stream, and everyone was saying like, oh, he's going crazy right now. He's so excited that you're back on GTA. And I was like, damn, he's riding me right now. He's glazing. It's crazy.
Speculation was rife that you were practicing for the undisclosed MCEC that's coming up.
Season 6.
Season 6, yeah.
Damn, Agnew just said Eagles suck. Yeah,
tell that to Saquon Barkley, brother.
Yeah. That must suck to be so wrong about your opinion, bro. But yeah, no, I had a good time. It was fun getting back in there and doing some races. It felt like we were kind of turning back the clock a little bit, like I wish Mike Tyson had done last night. But
yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it was fun. It was cool to jump back into GTA. It got me a little bit excited for the next one. Not that I needed more excitement
in 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you I would imagine starting up GTA Online now, you just get bombarded by a billion notifications and
all this. It's insane. It's insanity. Because I never completed the casino heists.
I never did either.
So every time I get a call from that lady, she's like, "Hi, I need you to come over and do something."
Blocked.
Then I get a call from Lamar. Then I get a call from Franklin. Then I get a call from some other guy. Then I got a call from Lester. I'm like, can I just play this game without worrying about answering people? But yeah, it's a good time. 10 out of 10. Would play again.
Okay. I can't remember the
Yeah,
last time I
I've
played
left it.
GTA Online.
I can't remember. I guess it was the last time a car came out that I bought and put in my garage to collect cobwebs and then got off.
Yeah, I generally do. I generally do that. I pop on, buy the new car, customize it, put it in a garage, switch the game off.
Yep.
What? Why?
That's all I do.
Because
I really enjoy
customizing.
customizing the cars.
Oh, okay,
Come on, Josh. Have you never seen my spreadsheet for my
oh,
cars,
oh
bro?
my god, I forgot
Here, hold
about
on.
that. The fucking spreadsheet you had of all here's
Yes.
what car is in what garage, and here's how where I'm going to organize them. Here's the logic for why these cars are together in this
Correct.
garage. Oh god, right.
Correct. Okay, here, hold on.
I guess
This
that's
is
from where I'm
coming to you.
like I'm not in like the GTA Online car collecty, car racy community like you guys were or are or whatever. Right? So I don't have that. I'm just like, yeah, those are some cars. I don't know anything about cars.
Yeah, I was going to say though, the last time that I went on PS5 though, I like they give you like I'm using my old character that was transferred over to PC, so like it stopped around the Lowriders DLC. So like it's like a snapshot in time, that character. So it's got like no money and a bunch of Lowriders, and that's it. And it gives you, when you start expanding and enhanced, it gives you like a voucher for one of the new cars. And I bought it, and I tried driving it. I'm like, oh no, I've not played this game in years. I cannot drive this. This is too fast. So I immediately felt like an absolute noob all over again. All of my driving skill, whatever skill there was a very little bit of skill. But it's gone now. It's all gone. It's gone.
Well, there is GTA related news. They're bringing the expanded and enhanced features to PC after the beginning of next year.
Oh, what?
So
Why? Finally? What the hell?
yeah, exactly.
How long has that been? It's a year
years?
or more, right?
Yeah,
like-
long time.
It came out with the consoles, right?
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
has a PS5 been out for?
Well, it came out for PS4, didn't it?
No, expand. No, that wasn't it with PS5? They did
Expand enhance. That's got to be.
No, I think it was PS4.
No, it came.
No, it was
it
PS5.
came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Then
Okay.
it didn't come out on PC, and it did come out on PS4, Xbox, whatever it was,
Xbox One.
and
Oh,
then
my
it came
mistake.
out on PC was the last one of those lot. Yeah, it definitely. PS5 came out 2020, so it's been like I don't know if GTA 5 was release date or not, but it's been around 4
It
years.
wasn't.
okay?
What's up with the pink sunglasses?
What is up with
Yeah.
the
I'm
pink
sorry.
sunglasses?
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Yeah, so okay, I didn't realize that was what does it add even? Like I guess ray tracing.
Animals and online.
You've got
Oh.
the
Yeah, Ray
House Special Works cars, so faster cars.
Yeah, it'll be fun to drive those fast cars on a system that doesn't struggle to
I would-
load in things.
I will say they are very fucking fast.
Right.
Very fucking fast. Yeah.
Oh, what X Loki said. Right, now I understand why this is coming to PC.
And I will buy 1 month of GTA Plus. I will fill all 100 slots, and then I will cancel my subscription.
Oh my god. That's still one more month of sub than they would have got.
Oh yeah.
Look, if it's like $4.99 for 100 garage slots that I can then add to my spreadsheet, it like that's enough for me, man.
So alien to me. That's like oh man.
So if I
But
get
yeah,
100
okay.
more slots, I could probably own like
Okay,
most cars in the game.
we've got to have a bet.
Okay.
Right.
Are Rockstar going to charge for the update?
No.
No, because GTA Online Plus. is
Yeah,
a
they
thing.
haven't charged for any updates so far.
Yeah,
Okay.
GTA Plus will be how they make money off of this. For the record, that's what I said. X Loki said. That's why they're porting this to PC eventually. Is because now there's GTA Plus attached to it, so they can have a monthly
I mean,
subscription. to a
GTA
thing.
Plus was attached to it really early on. And
Right,
then expanded
okay.
and enhanced. It
Wow,
was like
okay.
it was like 6 months after launch, I think. So
I swear GTA. Maybe it hasn't been that long then. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Like I imagine that's why it came out on PC, just so they can milk that. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't understand all this car collecty stuff. It's so weird to me. That this is a thing in like 3D era GTAs.
As Jay Clyke says, they did charge for the expanded and enhanced versions from PS4 to
Did
PS5.
they?
Yeah, well, they charged for it. There was like I think there was like a month's period where PS5 owners got the upgrade to GTA Online for free.
Huh.
But now they charge for both. I think the single player and something like that.
Wait, they updated the single player? I didn't think the single player got touched.
No. Sorry. I was meaning like as a standalone product.
Like
if you were to buy the standalone product.
You can buy GTA Online.
You can buy the standalone product on PS5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I got it.
But to explain the like collecting the customizing the cars thing, like still out of all racing games, no game has really captured like the ownership of a car as well as GTA Online has. I would say. Like
what?
Like I mean, well, of maybe modern games. I'm sure there's some older games that'll work. But I mean, if you get
isn't that the whole point of Gran Turismo?
No, that's not
really.
I thought that was the whole premise of that game.
I mean, but you pick your car
to an extent, but your car lives in a menu, right?
Yeah.
I guess you can't. I thought can you not drive it around open world or something? Then?
No.
Okay.
There's a little map that you can choose to go places on some of the versions of Gran Turismo. Like you can click to go to, it'll load up a new area, but there's no open world in Gran Turismo.
Right.
I mean, Test Drive Unlimited came close. Would you agree, Nos? It sort of came close.
Yeah, I would say so. Especially Unlimited 2, the houses you could buy, and then you have your cars in your houses.
And whatnot. But I would echo that the car ownership and whatnot in GTA is nice. Really nice.
It's because it's almost like your car in GTA, like your car exists within a world, and the game just isn't about the. I don't know how to quantify this really well.
What about Mafia? You gotta get gas.
Well, I mean, and that's cool too, but it just like in all of these racing games, whether it be Forza or Forza Horizon 5, if you're like an actual artist, your car can really feel like yours. If you spend 3 hours in the livery editor making your car your own, but like it just doesn't feel like you're driving your car. You're driving a car. In your Gran Turismo, you're driving a car. Forza Motorsport, you're driving a car. You're not. It doesn't feel like you're driving your car. So, and like that's another thing with I think Gran Turismo does this too. But in Unlimited 2, as Vertilith mentions, like you rack up miles on your car. Based on how much you've driven it, obviously. So it's just. I don't know. There's something that GTA has about owning and customizing cars that games don't have right now. So, but like if there was like an open world, go ahead.
So I'm going to be sad when GTA 6 comes out and like all of the cars that I've got on GTA 5, none of them will be able to be present. And some of those cars I've had like real memories with, I've won races with those cars, like they're a part of me, and like I customize them and I look after them. They're like a pet.
There's cars in my garage I've had since 2013, since launch. My Infernus, I've had it since almost at launch. My Stinger I've had since launch. My Bodie I have had since 2013. Like I've got cars older than most children I know.
Back when you couldn't
like in
buy,
my family.
Right? When didn't you have to do a glitch with like single player to get the Bodie?
Oh yeah. Yep.
That was hilarious. And Franklin's Buffalo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the only time I've ever felt like that with an ownership of a thing in a video game like that is MMOs, like your character. Like the way you describe, like, oh, I've had this car since 2013. Right, I'm thinking like, yeah, my Guild Wars character I've had since like, God knows whenever that game came out, like 2006 or something.
Yeah.
And like the alts and stuff, I feel like collecting like characters that have weird things on like that. So yeah, okay, I can sort of see that.
And I think I hate to be speaking out of turn for our missing ally, but I believe Brough has a garage on GTA Online just for his MCEC cars.
He does.
For like the cars that he used in his MCEC race. So like,
yeah, okay.
Yeah. It would be nice if when GTA 6 comes out, you could transfer at least some of your assets. I know they wouldn't let you transfer everything because that would put people on like such a high footing compared to other people all starting at the same time. But it would be nice if you could transfer at least some of it.
You'll probably get
and
like
it looks like a lot of the models they're using in GTA 6 are from GTA 5 anyway. So yeah, there really wouldn't be any technical problem with them doing that, I don't think. But it depends. I mean, that all depends on what they've done with the handling and the physics and whatnot of the cars, I suppose. But yeah, starting from scratch again, man. That's one of the things that puts me off GTA 6. I'm like, I don't really want to start again. I've got my life in Los Santos. I don't want to start again all over again in Vice City.
You remember the when the PS4 version came out, I think you got like online, you got given like a dodo and some money or something. It'll probably be like some tiny token thing like that. Like you'll get like $100,000
bonus, isn't it?
Yeah,
maybe a free property or something.
Yeah, tattoo that you get to put on your character that says like
like
GTA
an apartment
veteran.
that has like a poster of Los Santos on it or something.
Yeah. T-shirt.
Yeah. I Heart LS T-shirt. Yeah. There you go. That's what you'll get. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I always thought like Gran Turismo was the game for that because there were also all the cars were real as well. Like I thought it's in my head the thing you're describing. I always thought everyone used that for that, but okay.
Yeah, Gran Turismo is just a racing game. I mean, Forza Horizon is closer to a car game than Gran Turismo is, but I'd say Gran Turismo is exclusively a racing game.
But I watched like the latest one. You have to take your car to the car wash, and you get like car facts, and you have a little album book about your car that like you take pictures of and stuff. I thought that was the car ownership thing.
But that doesn't make you feel as much of a part of it as GTA does. There are elements for sure of car ownership in it, but when you look at it, it's just not enough to really scratch that itch. At least for me. I don't know about you, Nos.
Yeah, well, I think one big thing that contributes to that, like GTA versus these other games, is that your cars exist in a garage with other cars that you can walk around in. It's not just like go to car showroom and it's just one car. Like it's like all your cars are together. And then another thing is
it's a hammer, sir.
You know, we've complained about it over the years nonstop, but I think that there's something to be said for the like GTA having a limited amount of cars you can own that contributes to that. Like in Forza or Gran Turismo or whatever, you can own an infinite number of cars. There's nothing stopping you from owning every car in the game. But even now, with as many slots as we have in GTA Online, we can't own every car in the game. We don't have enough space. So you still have to pick and choose which ones you have and which ones you don't, as opposed to just getting all of them and filling a menu.
Yeah, this is like one of those
that will get. Sorry, Josh.
Sorry, go on.
I was just going to say one thing that will get me over to GTA 6 is if they include full garage customization. Like, I want to be able to customize the environment that my cars reside in. And it's a trick that they desperately missed on GTA Online. Like, they brought out a little bit of customization for some of the standard apartments. Like, there's the Eclipse Towers apartments. You can change the looks of several of those. But like, I want full garage customization. I want to be able to choose the style, the flooring, what goes on the walls.
Yeah.
I want to.
I guess you can only do that in the office.
That's the life that I want. If I had that money, that's exactly what I would be doing. I would be buying a massive garage, customizing it exactly to how I wanted, and just having like if you've ever seen any of like Jay Leno's garage or anything like that, like he's set up his cars like a car museum. That's exactly what I would do. That exactly. Hammer wants to cosplay as Jay Leno. Yeah, that's exactly what
Don't
I would
we
do if
all?
I had the money.
Don't we all?
Or Gabriel Iglesias. You've ever seen his garage?
Who's that?
He's a comedian, Hispanic comedian, Gabriel Iglesias.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him. Yeah.
His garage.
I didn't know he was a car guy.
Yeah, apparently he's a big car guy.
really?
I just saw something on Instagram where he owns a bunch of, I think, VW buses. I want to say.
Oh.
Yeah, he was on Jay Leno's garage, I think, with one of his VW buses.
Yeah, he
I
loves
may be
them.
mistaken on
So-
that. Also,
it is a
don't come
classic
at me with the you could do it on 2 characters. Do you know how inconvenient it is to swap characters in GT Online, dude?
Yeah.
That doesn't work. It's not real. Okay, don't even talk to me. It's not real. So, oh yeah, hey, let me show you this other car I have. Just give me 20 minutes to switch characters, and then you can see it.
I was shocked at how long it takes to load into things still on an Xbox One X or Series, whatever I have now, the latest one. The Series X, I guess it is. Yeah. It's insane.
All right, well, I guess we'll move on to speaking about cars. I had a funny story sort of involving mine. It's kind of weird as the host also doing a long story, but here we
You
go.
don't have to be the host. I hope you don't feel
Okay.
pressure being a host. You could just,
Okay, well, I'll just. So, Josh, how was your golf weekend? Oh, great! It was. Yeah, lead me in.
Yeah, what was the golf weekend?
You play
Yeah,
golf?
Play golf? Or is that a VW?
What is golf?
What is golf? So
Yeah,
you have a
let's take
stick.
it back to the basics.
Hammer, you give us a background on golf since you live in the
Yeah,
birthplace.
but before we listen to the story, we must first ask ourselves, what is golf?
Yeah, why golf?
Yeah,
What is
so
golf? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
yeah,
Anyway.
so I had quite the weekend last weekend. So you may notice I'm in a completely new place again. The running
Thomas the
gag
Tank
of
Engine.
the running gag of me being in a different place every podcast continues. This one should be a bit more permanent. Basically, I managed to get myself onto a golf weekend with my family at the same time as moving house.
Okay.
The same weekend.
That sounds stressful.
Oh yeah. So yeah, my dad and my brother and a bunch of other my family members, they normally have like this big golfing weekend thing that they do. They've been doing it for like 10 years now. Where they go to some big fancy golf place, and they've always been like trying to talk me into going with them. And it's just like I'm like I like playing like mini golf and pitch and putt is fun sometimes, but like I don't know how much I want to like spend to go to a big massive golf weekend to then play golf and find out I don't like it or whatever. But they're always trying to sell me on this place like, oh, it's like it's called the Ashbury Golf Hotel or something.
Okay.
It's like this big fancy place in the middle of nowhere England in Dorset where like families go and stuff, and there's like a ton of, there's like 4 different 18-hole golf courses, but then they also have like a proper facilities. They have like swimming pools, spas, massages, archery, game rooms, snooker hall, a bunch of other crazy stuff, and like dinner and breakfast is all you can eat included and things like that. And yeah, they've been selling, and it's in the middle of nowhere as well. A big thing they were trying to sell me on with it is that I could take my bike and just go cycle through the countryside or whatever, which would, just leave, and that'd be a laugh. But anyway, they've been trying to convince me to go for this for ages, and I was just like, a few months ago, my dad asked me if I wanted to go to this one, and I was just like, because it was cheap or whatever, because someone dropped out. So I was just like, yeah, sure, okay, fine, I'll actually go to this one. That was before the whole moving thing has happened. And with the housing market, you know, I don't get to pick when I'm going to move into a place. It's just like I browse a bunch of places. Like,
are you being
online.
evicted everywhere you go? Like, why are you always moving?
No. I'll get to why I moved it a bit, but yeah, like trying to find a place, you like browse all these places, you apply to view like 20 places, and maybe you'll get to view one of them, and then you turn up, and then you'll be like, oh, sorry, the person before you already took it or whatever. So the fact that I found a place was just like, you walk in, you look around for 5 minutes, and you go, yeah, okay, can I have it? And they're like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, when is it? And they tell me a date. It's like I don't get to negotiate when I'm moving in or anything. So yeah, it happened that this place was at the same time. Yeah, I moved because the place I was living in before was way too big and expensive. So I've moved into like this way smaller place. I moved from the city I lived in, Bournemouth. I live in a place called the New Forest now, which is a national park in England. Between the other two cities I used to live in. So yeah, I live in a super rural area now.
Are you anywhere near Sandy Balls?
Is that a real place?
Sandy Balls.
Is this a Top Gear? I feel like this is a Top Gear thing.
No, it's an actual place in the New Forest.
There is actually a place in the New Forest called Sandy Balls. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
You could visit Sandy Balls at any time, John.
I could go visit Sandy Balls. That is a thing I could do.
I thought you were about to be like, is your roommate Joe?
I thought you were going to ask about Bewley, which is a thing you guys might care about. The National Motor Museum.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah,
they have all
I've
like
been
the
there.
that's in the middle of the New Forest as well.
Yeah, that's cool.
But anyway, yeah. So I live in a rural place now, which is kind of weird for me. Like,
but it'll be nice for your cycling and whatnot.
Yes, that is exactly why. And I have full fiber internet. And
Nice.
What else do I need, right? Like, I don't need to commute to work. Yeah, that's it, right? I got good internet. That'll do me. But yeah, so I agreed to go on this golf weekend, and it just so happened that the one place I find is like, oh, now you're moving at the same weekend. So I was like, okay, so I'll do the golf weekend, and then immediately upon it ends, I'll move all my stuff here. Yeah,
Nice.
so yeah, good plan. It would work. A week before I was going to go golfing, I managed to find some time to go do some practice, like at a golf range, because my dad and my brother are like, you gotta practice, you can't just turn up. And I'm just like, oh god, like, okay, fine. So they gave me some old clubs and stuff, which a bunch of people generously donated to me, like from the group going. They were like, yeah, you can have this. So I managed to cobble together like a proper set
There you
and
go.
a bag and stuff. But yeah, I went to the driving range, and like the plan was they were going to show me how to hit the ball a bunch of different ways. What it turned into was me trying to hit the ball at all. Like,
Yeah, it's
Dreadful game.
It's
I love
actually hard. And like,
it is very hard. Yeah. Do you know what got me as well? Like I swung a club for the first time, like a couple of years ago, after not playing for probably about 20 years. And when I started learning golf, all the golf clubs were metal shafted. You have no idea how different it is swinging a carbon shaft golf club compared to swinging like a metal shafted golf club. Completely different experiences. So I swung and I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
I still have steel shafts
So
on my
different,
clubs.
Agnew. So different.
I think the ones I were using were
Wild.
metal as well. Yeah. But like, I just couldn't hit the ball. And I bought 75 balls, and the plan was Dad will use half of them to show me what to do, and I'll use the other half. But I must have used all 60 of them, but each one took like 5 swings to even hit the bloody thing. It was awful. I was there for ages, and no one told me to bring gloves either. So I still
You need a
kind of
glove.
have it. I have like you're never going to see it. I have a little bit of like a blister on my hand
Like
here.
callus, well,
Yeah, and I had another one on my finger here. They're all healed up now. But my hands were like absolutely destroyed by the end of it, because I'm just swinging. I did like must have done like 500 swings or something.
Did anyone tell you the main tip for being able to hit the ball? The main tip, and it's so counterintuitive, but when you learn to do it, it's a lot easier.
I would love to know this because I golf a lot.
when you're swinging your club, your natural thing will be to, as the club comes down by the ball, your natural thing will be your head will go with your arms and look for. If you keep your head looking directly at the ball for the whole swing, so much easier.
I was doing that the first few, then people told me to just keep my head down. Yeah, no, I
want to see it go.
I think the main problem was because I was inheriting secondhand clubs and I'm quite tall. I literally, if I held it,
that could be a big thing as well.
I can't read. Yeah. I had to like, let me stand up a second. I literally had to like kneel like this, like proper squat to be able to be low enough to hit it.
It's like you're playing putt-putt somehow still.
Yeah, I just couldn't reach I was always going over the top of the ball was what was happening. Like horizontally and stuff, I was fine. I just had to get low enough. So yeah, I spent like an hour at the driving range just hitting the ball. I did hit a few fairly far, but I just couldn't hit it. It was awful. So yeah, that didn't give me much hope. But before I left for the golf place, I ran into another problem. On the way back from Scotland, last time when I drove there and came back, I drove the car. I had to go on one of the B roads, like the little nature, single track roads with like, big hedges either side and stuff.
Yeah.
We were trying to pass a car in one of those, and I drove through a really bad pothole. Like everyone in the car was just like, oh, when I had it. It made one of those sounds where it's like a proper crunch. And you're like, like the car somehow comes out. Yeah. Ever since I did that, whenever I go above like 50 miles an hour, the car starts vibrating really badly.
Oh, that's good. That's a good sign, actually.
Yeah.
You think you bent a wheel or?
Yeah. So I wasn't sure, but like I don't drive the car that much, so I only figured this out, like what was happening, like a week before I had to drive it into the middle of nowhere to go to this golfing place. So I managed to get like Quick Fit, which is like a cheap brand of like tire replacement sort of half mechanic things in the UK. I don't know if I can't think of an American alternative.
Like a Mavis, probably, or something like that.
Sure.
Jiffy Lube, maybe?
Jiffy Lube's more of a oil change place, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like the same, but mainly tires.
Yeah.
Also a bit of mechanics.
But yeah, they did... I couldn't get it to a proper garage because they were all busy. Like every garage I checked. But these guys, I could do a free wheel alignment check with them.
Pep Boys.
Okay, I could
Buy
do a
3-4 tire free at Pep Boys. That's what they say.
Yeah, I could do a free wheel alignment check with them, and that was like the day before the golf course, and I had to leave super early, so it was like literally the night before or whatever. So I took that to them, and they did all that, and they looked at it, and they came in and they're like, "Yeah, it's proper bent, mate." And I was like, yes. So yeah, the passenger side, the one that had gone through the pothole, was just all bent. So,
oh my god!
So what they said to me was that the wheels were bent and the alignment and all that had gone. But they said because it's all steel, they can just bash it back into shape for me.
Yes, they can.
So I was just like, yeah,
get to swinging.
Yeah. So they literally took the wheels off the car, took it out back, and then I could just hear ding, 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 like for like a few minutes. And they came back and they showed me, I wish they gave me a printout of it or something, but they showed me a screen with like the camber and the toe-in angle and stuff of all the cars. And they were like, yeah, here's what it was before. And it was like all red, like bad. I wish I remembered what the numbers were. They seemed minute because I'm used to like iRacing numbers. That would be like, toe-in would be like 0.5 or something. This was like 0.05 and it was red. And I was just like, oh my god, these are like way tighter tolerances in road cars. Maybe I don't know if it's just bullshit. It's quick fit. They try to charge you for everything. So
Well, I mean, in alignments for road cars, I mean, you're kind of having an alignment to make it drive straight and like experience the least wear on your tire.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
you can have extreme camber and caster and whatever on your car when it's a race car because you're changing tires every 5 miles.
Right, That's probably why the numbers are so different.
That's why people who stance their cars are brain dead and they don't deserve to own cars.
Yeah, but yeah, they showed me that they sorted it all out to some extent. They said they couldn't get it all quite back because the rear wasn't adjustable or something. Only the front was adjustable. So anyway,
My cord's the same way, I think.
You deal with more car issues, not like personally, but the story that you told months ago about the like wheel falling off or whatever you're turning.
That was what was in my head. When I started driving the car and it started vibrating at high speed, I was like, hell no, not again, right? Like getting this fucking checked. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. Yeah, so somehow after this, I can't remember how much they charged me. It wasn't too much, like 2 digits. But after this, the car is now 90% better, I think. Right. I still feel the whole car isn't vibrating anymore, but I still feel it in the wheel and in the brake pedal. I can feel vibration happening. And those two things are connected by whatever fluid or whatever to the wheels, right? So that makes sense. But it still drives fine now.
Yeah.
But
just avoid Scotland. Just stay away.
But that was it was a British road, but yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry,
hang on.
English road. I meant English. Scottish roads are actually really nice.
RDT, you came in awfully hot there on the Scotland bashing. I'm not sure I agree with that.
I just wanted to hear you.
We do have shit roads, though, to be fair, so it's fine, I guess.
Oh, okay, all right. But anyway, I did all that, and then the next day I immediately left to golf, right? I pack all my stuff or whatever. Oh, and while I'm away, Faye was going to pack all my stuff for me at the house. So she was helping me like move and stuff. So I didn't have to do any packing, thankfully, while I was away. But I left to go golfing. As soon as I got there to this place that I'd never been, and I couldn't find where to park and stuff, like the drive there was fine. But I got there, as soon as I got out of the car, my dad and my other family members are like, "Oh, come on, Josh, let's go. We're going golfing immediately." Right? So I was like, "What?" Like I hadn't checked in, I hadn't done anything, and I was immediately thrown into a golf buggy with my golf clubs and told that we were about to do the longest, hardest course of the club.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I was
Perfect.
like,
it's like going skiing and starting on a black diamond. Perfect.
yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Bring it on.
Yeah. So they were nice. The course was super nice. Another selling point for me was the driving the golf buggies because that sounded fun.
Oh,
yeah.
You can't beat driving a golf buggy. It's fantastic.
It was pretty all right. But yeah, playing golf, man, I just couldn't. I think, thankfully, we were playing some other game mode like Scrambles, I think it was called.
Like best ball.
Yeah, like we would all hit it, and whoever had the best ball, we would use that shot from. Yeah. So because they said like if we weren't doing that, I wouldn't have finished the course in time for sunlight,
not a
right?
chance. Not a chance if you're taking 5 strokes per shot.
Yeah. So it would be like I tried my best, but I could never get as far as them. And I was playing for a while, and we got to like the 7th hole, and I lined up, and they were like, it was a nice long drive at the start or whatever, and I actually hit the ball fairly well, but with the driver I had, but in the process I really hurt like this part of my right arm. I must have like really swung it or something and really hurt my whole arm here.
Oh man.
And I was just like, oh god. And then it still wasn't good enough to be further than them. And I was with my we were doing scrambles in groups, and I was with my dad and like my uncle something. My uncle once removed or something. I don't quite know him very well.
Like sounds a lot like my family.
Like your dad's first cousin or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But they're both super friendly and stuff, but they both wanted to be competitive with the other groups. So it was always like, come on, we can do this team and stuff. And they were like one of the whole selling point, like not selling point, but like thing they were motivated by was doing good. Yeah. But the problem is I couldn't contribute in any way. I think there was like one putt where I did the best out of people, like slightly closer, and we took it. That was the one time that I actually helped the group or whatever. But it was like they're motivated by that, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to stand here, hit the ball once, it won't matter, and then we'll move on. Like every single shot was what was happening. Yeah. So by like, after I hurt my arm, I was just like, kind of done with this now. But at this point, because I hadn't been introduced to anything, every golf I've ever played has been 9 holes.
Oh.
Right? Yes.
And I was at the 7th hole. I was at the 7th hole, so I was like, oh, it's okay, just put up with the arm paint, we're almost done. We got to the 9th hole, and then my dad said, halfway there, Josh.
All right, back 9.
Halfway there. And I was just like, I was fucking so mentally checked out. I was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So that's like 2 hours.
Yeah, it was so long, right? So I was just like, I liked golf, right? I liked golf for the first 7 holes. That was fun. And now I'm done with golf for like the rest of the year. Like I'm so
the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Season.
So yeah, I dragged around the rest of the course with them, but just hitting the ball, not giving a shit. It's just hit it so we can move on. That's my plan. I just wanted to hit the ball so we could move on. I did enjoy all of the naturey stuff though, like driving around. The course was really cool, and the golf buggies were fun.
Yeah,
and like spending time with people was all right, but I was so bored, so bored.
That's why you drink. That's why everyone plays golf drinks.
Leads me into the next bit, because for people who don't know me, I don't drink alcohol. I'm not. Yeah. It's not a thing that interests me.
How was the 19th hole, Josh?
Yeah. So we finished with the course, right? Immediately they went back. They went inside, bought massive pictures of Carling, and all sat around watching football together, which is another thing I don't give a shit about.
All right, mate. Yeah.
So I sat them with them for a bit, and they're all drinking and watching football, and I sat there and I realized, I was like, what am I doing here? Like, why did I think this was a good idea? Like, it was, like, the golf might have been, even if I had enjoyed the golf, the rest of it, I'm hanging out with all the men of my family who are all drinking, football watchers, gambling, and all this stuff. All this stuff I don't do. I so did not fit. So I was like, I'm going to look around, because this place was huge. It was sold to me like, oh, my mum goes sometimes. There's so much other stuff to do there. So I was like, okay, I'll just do the other stuff. Not only was the place really weirdly empty, I guess because we were in winter, it was a ghost town. There was a snooker hall, not a single person in there. There must have been like 7 tables down in this thing. I went to a swimming pool, completely empty, no one there. It was all lit up and powered and everything.
You're like damn Jack Nicholson walking around the place. There's nobody there.
It was all empty, and I was like, okay. But like, one of the things I wanted to do was go to the gym. I had to go to the reception to get the key for the gym, which was like a 5-minute walk away because no one was using it. I went in there, and it was all like super simple exercises that you can't hurt yourself doing. And then around the corner, I saw it, and that explained everything. The place is attached and associated with a residential home.
Oh.
Yep. And that's when it hit me. This is an old people's home. The gym is set up so that and all of the posters on the wall are like, if you have heart disease or you think you might have it, don't use any of this equipment. Like in front of the treadmill, like 7 signs you might have heart disease and should get off this treadmill stuff.
That's awesome.
And I was like, oh my God, it suddenly hit me. Everything. The food, old people's home food, right? It was
mashed
like
potatoes, gravy.
Yeah. Meat, like 2 vegetables. It was like a cake on a little tiny plate and stuff. And I suddenly realized, like, oh my God, I'm in an Opa. Everything. I saw everything was themed like that. It was, yeah.
It's like a psychological thriller where the twist at the end is you're in a nursing home and you didn't know it.
Yeah. One of the rooms, one of the big parties that were there, the only other group of people that were there was a big group of about 15 like old ladies that had a room to themselves that was like marked private with the door open and stuff. They were doing jigsaws and sewing. And they were there.
This does sound like The Shining.
They were there all weekend. The whole weekend.
Josh, you know what they say. What happens at Ashbury stays at Ashbury. Right, so.
I was just like, oh shit.
Once you go gray, you can't go back.
Then I finally checked into the hotel room, which is like in a separate building across the place is massive. So they're all separate buildings for everything. Got into the separate build for the hotel room. No Wi-Fi. My phone doesn't connect to the data because there's nothing. And it's really, really hot in the room. And it is like old person's room. And I was just like,
old people are cold really easy, so you gotta have the room side.
It was so hot. I just couldn't.
And of course,
sleep.
old people don't understand Wi-Fi, so that's why there isn't.
It was just nothing. I literally, in order to communicate with people, I had to go outside to get data, tell people what was out there, then come back in. Yeah. So the next day, I skipped golf and I just like, okay, I'm just going to go ride my bike. And this place is near a national park called Dartmoor National Park, which is like this big, massive mountain, right? With like moors, I think they're called on the top. It's just like...
I feel like that was in the Hitman games for some reason.
It's in the name, Josh.
Yeah,
Dartmoor.
sure, Dartmoor, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
but like, it's just rolling hills of just like grass and shrubbery and nothing for miles and miles. So yeah, I had a super nice bike ride around the base of it. I forgot a step. I planned the cycle route the morning of. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a sick cycle route. So I took my laptop, sat down in a room that I knew had Wi-Fi, sat in a chair to go plan my cycle route. As soon as I sat in it, I was like, I feel something wet underneath me.
Oh no!
I got up. There is an old lady piss stain in the chair. I shit you not.
Oh no!
I took a picture of it. Let me find it.
We don't really need to see that.
No, you're
I'm
We're
good.
going to get his channel banned.
Yeah. Also, are you sure it was? I mean, they may have seen you coming.
It's shaped exactly like it. Like with it was undeniably that, and I was just like, okay,
How do you know
I'm
it's
ready.
An old lady piss stain.
Okay, it could have been. It could have been a.
Don't bring sexism to this podcast.
Okay, it could have been. It was a fresh piss stain in this seat. So I was like, I'm so fucking done with this place. So anyway, I planned the cycle route. I left the little town, went through a bunch of villages around the base of the mountain, cycled up through a village onto it, and then followed a bunch of bridle ways and stuff on top of the mountain. I got up there. When I got up there, the clouds descended like crazy, and it literally just turned into like proper Silent Hill stuff. It was like, I was like, and then I became aware that I'm completely alone in the middle of nowhere on top of like this massive hill.
People do die on Dartmoor, I'm pretty sure, because it's just so big. It's just so big and there's nothing in it.
Since I'm using
as soon as it gets dark, you're like...
send it
where I am.
I don't know how to use Broughy. Like here, look, it's literally Silent Hill. Look. Oh god, this is
I can kind of see it.
You can kind of see it. I don't know how to add images to Broughy's thing. I can't be asked to figure it out. But yeah, you don't need to super see it. But it was like literally as you expected. It was just in clouds in the middle of nowhere. And the roads, like the paths I was going on was super bad. And I got to a point where I'm like, I have to push the bike over like rocky terrain and stuff. And like, I realized my GPS battery is running out.
Jeez.
And I was like, I'm gonna die up here. Like,
yep.
But I managed to. The way I have to mount the GPS on my bike means I can't use it and charge it at the same time. But I managed to figure out a situation where I have the GPS like skew-if, like diagonal on my bike mount, sort of in there, just enough to get access to the USB port to charge it. But eventually, after being up there for ages, also I found in the middle of Dartmoor, right on top of this mountain. I'm going along this path in the middle of nowhere. Remind you, I've been up here for like an hour, right? I haven't seen a single person. I found and I posed with a no cycling sign. That's never gonna work. That little red circle is a little wooden stump that says no cycling on it. And I'm just
You're
like,
a rebel.
I'm like
dude.
in the fucking middle of nowhere. Like, well, how am I going to obey this? Right? Like,
Yeah, who's
So
gonna stop you?
yeah. So I knelt
Getting
down.
hunted down by police on segways.
Yeah. So I posed in front of it. It's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? But yeah. Eventually, I came over like a crest, and I saw like a valley in the distance, and I saw this massive dam that they had formed in front of this huge bit of water through this valley. And I was just like, holy shit, look at the view. It was amazing. Cycling over this grass, trying to go downhill. It was all bumpy and horrible. And then I realized that my GPS was leading me across the dam.
Hell yeah!
So that was pretty
Is that
cool.
a bad thing?
Yeah. That was it was a really good thing. It was a really good thing. Because when I got down onto it, it was pavement, and I hadn't seen pavement for like 2 hours. And I was like, I'm saved. Yeah, and then coming down the mountain, at one point, I checked my data later, coming down it on the empty road was absolutely amazing. I hit 50 miles an hour going down the mountain on my bike. Yeah. I was just like, like, that was pretty
That's
sick.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
so fast on a bicycle.
I know, it's so
Yep.
fast. I have like off-road wheels. They were so loud. Like they're not built for that. Yeah. But yeah, then I ignored the GPS route and headed straight home after that. Because I realized I had planned a route of a distance that I would normally do in a day. Because I was like going to spend all day out. What I hadn't considered was I was going to be on a mountain, so going uphill quite a lot, and also there were no roads or paths, or not even like gravel. It was just grass.
That's awesome.
So I was gone for so long, and yeah, I got back, and everyone was just like, "Oh, where have you been all day, Josh?" And I was just like, "You won't." Oh my gosh, I thought I was going to die at some point. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. The only problem was, it was a long weekend. I didn't say it was a long weekend. We got there Thursday, and I needed to stay till Sunday. So this was Friday. I did this. The next day, I woke up and I was dead. Like I wasn't going anywhere on the bike. My legs were so done. I was gone for so long. So then I couldn't ride. I didn't want to play golf. I couldn't ride the bike. There's nothing left to do.
I just know what that swimming was all about.
Yeah,
Swimming time?
Swimming time. I went to the swimming pool. They had a really lovely hydro spa there, but like you can only stay in there for so many hours. And it was nice having it all to myself, but yeah, I just got so bored being there with like. God. I tried to set up my laptop, but the internet, of course, was like nothing. Like I couldn't play any games and do anything with. But I did one last thing. I was like, okay, there's archery signups because I had an activity board. You can sign up for archery at 4 p.m. So I was like, okay, I'll just chill out, stay around until archery happened, wait for that. Archery was fully booked. It was like I was like the last person to write my name in. Time comes around, I go to the archery place, right? I'm standing around and it's me. I realize standing there, it's me and 2 other big groups of people. So I'm just like, oh, I'm going to be by myself by this. I try to talk to people, but like they're obviously doing the thing where they answer me, but don't start a conversation.
Yeah.
Because they must just be like families or something, right? Then the guy turns up to do archery, and he is the most generic, doesn't give a shit, package holiday, I've done this 10,000 times tour guide guy ever. He turns up, he's like, okay, we're here for archery. Here's what you got to do. If you're left-handed, take this one. If you're right-handed, take this one. Put this thing on your arm. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, has everyone here done archery before? And everyone put their hand up except me. And I was just like, And he was like, okay, cool. Okay, well, you know what you're doing. And I was just like, I was just thrown into this thing and I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't know how to hold the bow, do anything. The guy literally set us up.
You could have made a guess though, right, Josh?
I guess I had to hook the thing into it, but like there was you had to put the arrow a certain way. You had to hold the bow in the right way. You had to like pull back the bow with a certain like finger, like use a certain part of your finger at a certain part of the bow. You had to aim it like
I
a
know,
certain
Josh,
way.
but we're not talking. They weren't asking you to start up the Large Hadron Collider or anything, were they?
Okay, but like I have like, you pull this fucking thing back. I'm like, how far do I pull it back? Do I keep going? I don't want to break it. Am I going to snap it in half? Do I keep pulling? Like, so that's my first
like firearms. They're very intuitive.
My first like 5 shots were me figuring out how much to pull the bow back because I'm like, I don't want to keep pulling. I'm gonna break it.
Was it like a compound bow, like with a hunting bow?
I don't fucking know. I didn't know what was happening.
Okay, was it just a twig with a string, or did it have like wheels on it?
No, a twig with a string.
Okay.
So was it a recurve bow?
How does everyone here know about archery? What the?
It's literally one of the most basic weapons.
Yeah, it's like the first thing that was ever invented.
Like it's the.
I had to like.
Did you never play with like a bow and arrow set when you were a kid?
It wasn't that simple. I had to hook the arrow into a thing on the fucking bow. They had like a hook bit and like lots of other holes and shit on it.
And I'm sure that must have been so difficult for you.
It's the first 3 times you're shooting the thing with no help ever. And one time I pulled the thing back and it whacked my arm really hard. And the guy was like, oh yeah, don't do that. The only advice he ever gave me was I pulled it back, hit my arm once, went, ow. And the guy was like, looked down from his phone, which he was on, stood there while we were all doing this. Like, oh yeah, don't do that. I was just like, fucking cheers, mate, right? Like, so anyway, I was stood there. The 2 groups are talking to each other, comparing their scores and all that stuff. And I'm just stood there, just shooting it. Like, yeah, oh, that was a good one. Phew, oh, yeah, missed. Like, nothing. Nobody gave a shit. It was just, I was like, okay, and we shot like 30 arrows, and the guy was like, okay, that's a lot, guys. See you next time. And we
Aren't
left.
you like a software engineer? Like, don't you have a background in coding and stuff?
What does that have to do with this?
You can figure stuff out.
I figured it out by the end, but like any kind of guidance would be nice. And also, I was just doing nothing. There was no like interaction with anyone. It was just super like, it was just a letdown.
Okay, that does sound miserable.
Two things here. The guy should have been more of a help. Yes, sure. Absolutely. But Josh, common sense, buddy. Come on.
I figured out how to shoot it. I hooked the thing into everything. I looked at it for a long time, figured it out. Yes. But yeah,
how long though? I'm
the first 3 shots were duds because I didn't pull the bow back far enough. But then after that, I got it. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was I was just fucking bored. I was just by myself shooting it. No one talking to me. No one doing anything. The guy didn't give a shit. Was just there to let us into the room.
What was your expectations of archery? Because
like the guy would be like, okay, here's a target, like you hit it this way or like hit it the other way, like who.
So first thing, you shoot the arrow into the target. Next thing we're moving on to splitting the arrow that you've just shot into the target. That's literally the next thing that we do. And then we've got to work with flaming bows. It's an old person's home.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's an old person's home. So we got let out of there, and I was super let down. And after it, I waited all day for it because it was like the only thing that was like even vaguely interesting to me. Because I didn't want to shoot any of the air pistols or whatever. I was like, I don't give a shit about that.
Oh, that would have been so much better. Those are easy.
After all of that, I was just like, I'm going home. So I literally just told Dad, I was like, I'm going home. And he was just like, okay. And I just left.
Yeah, I kind of figured that one out after day one.
I was so done. There was nothing left. Nothing left.
It just great. Like because I'm sure we've all done it, is like agreeing to do something with your family that you know for a fact you will not like. And then lo and behold, you get there and you don't like it exactly as much as you knew you wouldn't like it. Like everyone has done that.
But everyone was selling it super hard to me. Even my mum was
always
like,
do.
There's so much stuff you could do. She wasn't there that time. They
always do.
Yeah. It was like the daytime was like golf and then the evening time was drinking and football. And I was just like, nothing here for me. There was nothing there for me at all. So then I just went home day early or whatever. Yeah. That was one half of my story I needed to tell.
That was one half, dude. I
have to
got
move house now.
I gotta poop so bad.
Thanks, Josh, Prince of Thieves, for that amazing story.
Jeez, I
don't
thought
know,
this was gonna be a short one.
I could do moving house next time. We can save that for next time. That makes sense, right? Like, but yeah. But I will say, moving house involves renting a van and then crashing it.
Oh.
Barely,
Oops.
almost shitting myself and having to use an out of order toilet.
Damn, I'm about to be there with you.
Why do you have all these adventures? I don't understand.
All this next time on the Choking As a podcast, apparently. There you go.
Tune in next time.
We'll do that next time. Yeah, there you go.
A cliffhanger to leave people with. That'll definitely get people coming back.
There you go. That was the golf weekend story.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go. I lived. I survived.
That sounded miserable.
It was so, like you said, you just know you're not gonna like it, but you tried anyway. It was just the whole place. There was nothing there that I was interested in. Nothing to do. Didn't want to drink. Didn't want to eat the food. You know. It's just like,
yeah. That sounds like honestly my favorite vacation. That would be awesome.
Yeah, for
eat
some
mashed
people,
potatoes and drink beer and play golf all
exactly.
day. That's sick.
Some people, like, of course, the rest of my family super loved it. That's fine, and like everyone was super friendly with me, and I don't regret like going and trying it because they've been going for 10 years, so I've always thought about it. So it was just unfortunate timed with also moving house, like, because that's all you're thinking about the whole time. It's like, oh, when I go back, I'm gonna have to move everything, you know.
Yeah.
So it was just super awkward timing. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, I'll do the moving story next time.
Yeah, I'm sure Bruff will like that one.
Yeah. To wrap this up, shall we quick fire our gaming news?
Do we have gaming news?
There's a little bit.
Gaming news.
When
am I going to tell you my 2-hour life story from the past half year?
Well,
I'm kidding.
We want you to. No, okay. Yeah. So the gaming news: GTA Definitive Edition got updated.
I saw that.
Is it fixed yet, Josh? Is it fixed yet? Is it fixed yet? I'm typing in your chat right now. Is it fixed?
You joke, but so many people are doing that.
I know. I am in your streams sometimes.
Okay,
I know.
Right. Yeah. If you didn't hear, the Definitive Edition came out on mobile fairly recently, powered by Netflix. You get it with a Netflix subscription. Yeah.
Jeez.
But that version of Definitive Edition was not done by Grove Street Games. It was done by Video Game Deluxe, different company, and it had like a bunch of updates and stuff to it. And for those that don't know, Grove Street Games have done every other Definitive Edition or 10th anniversary mobile version. They've done every other version of 3D GTAs up to this point, and they've all been dog shit. This time, yeah, Video Game Deluxe, the Netflix version is the best version of the game.
Really?
Yeah. It's got so many fixes. It has classic lighting, just a toggle that you press.
Oh, that's what they added to the... didn't they add those to the updates for the new ones too?
Yeah, exactly. Basically, the updates for Definitive Edition are just backporting all the Netflix version stuff into the base game.
That's crazy.
Oh.
So they took all the classic lighting stuff and they fixed a bunch of other problems. I can't quite remember the change list off to my head, but it's not enough to make it good. But it's like that turd is real polished now. Yeah, car AI is fixed. Yeah, stuff like that. So it's not, and they removed Grove Street Games from the splash screen at the start.
Yeah, there's a bit of controversy from that, wasn't there?
Yes.
The studio head wasn't too happy about that.
The studio head
To
posted a tweet, didn't they? Where is it? I should have pre-planned this. Where is it?
God damn, Red Harlow's in the document. That's crazy.
Wait, why can't I find this tweet?
He's maybe deleted it.
Maybe he has deleted it, yeah. But anyway, we'll just summarize it. The head of Grove Street Games tweeted out a thing it said something along the lines of, purely hypothetically, how would you feel if a giant company removed you from their credits of a game after finally publishing a bunch of fixes that were kept from the audience? or something like that.
Jeez.
So he's super salty that oh yeah, right, I on my Blue Sky I screenshot it. Let me look at
Blue
this.
Sky.
Okay, speaking entirely hypothetically, it's a dick move to remove primary developers from credits in an update, especially when an update includes hundreds of fixes that were provided by those developers that stayed out of players' hands for years.
Yeah,
So what he's saying is all the stuff
I
in the
would
Netflix.
agree with him.
if it was true.
if
So-
it's true.
If it's true, the problem is they weren't removed from the credits. I sped ran the game the day it came out. They're in the credits at the end.
Yeah.
It says
Yeah,
Grocery
I kind of
Games.
see what he's saying though. Like, why would you remove them from the
The splash screen. Yeah, it's a bit of a
I
dick
mean,
move.
it's more of a I would add in.
Yeah, sure.
Video Game Deluxe or whatever they're called.
That's
I wouldn't
really
ever
funny,
take
Soviet.
away. That is a bit, to me. I think he's kind of got a bit of a point. If what he's saying is true, he's kind of got a bit of a point.
Yeah, if it's true, but like, so they're saying that they did all these fixes and then Rockstar never published them until now with another company. Like, why is that a thing? Because it's
It
Video Games
could
Deluxe that made the update.
Yeah, it could be something to do with the contract that they have with Netflix. I guess.
Maybe they weren't allowed to like update it for years or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, it was.
Like an exclusivity thing.
But yeah, so like you're saying, like removing people from credits is always bad. But I don't know, the splash screen's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. That's
Yeah. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it's funny how the update that they didn't do is really good. But maybe it was all their fixes. Who knows? But yeah, that's what happened with that. Finally, to wrap this up, the last one, I just wanted to say that this month in gaming 20 years ago was that legendary month, November 2004. World of Warcraft, Half-Life 2, Halo 2, Fable, Need for Speed Underground 2.
Holy cow.
If you want to count San Andreas, that was a month earlier, right? October.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I've played one of the games that you've listed so far.
wait, let me guess. Is it San Andreas?
Okay, 2 then.
Oh, okay. Like, did you play Half-Life?
No, Need for Speed.
Oh, you
it's
played Need for
Underground
Speed.
2.
Okay, right. The Underground
Riders
2
on
was
the
so good.
storm.
But yeah, so
I
this
actually
month
preferred Underground 1, but
Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of people celebrating this month in gaming, and I just wanted to say that, like, I don't think there will ever be as good a month in gaming as that month. Like, 20 years later, like, World of Warcraft, still a thing, right? World of Warcraft launched. That's a pretty big deal. It's still happening. Half-Life 2 is still a thing, you know? Can there be? Is there really? Can you think of another singular month?
I think if you look at months, yes, but because of the longevity of the development of games nowadays, if you look at years, 2015 was like off the charts.
2015 year in gaming.
So you had your God of War, you had your
Witcher with 3.
You had Witcher 3.
Yeah. Well, Ori and the Blind Forest, Metal Gear Solid 5. Sorry, I'm looking at the list.
Just a bunch of bangers from 2015.
GTA 5.
Yeah.
We forgot that one.
Yeah.
Easy to forget.
Yeah, fair
I mean,
enough.
listen, 2015 was a banger of a year.
True.
For video games.
True, very true.
And
GTA 5, that came out in 2013.
Well, it came after the PS4, Xbox.
Yeah.
In 2015.
Oh, no, 2015 it came for PC. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, it's still
a
pretty banger month.
Not to take away from it.
Yeah.
Banger of a month. Absolutely.
And Valve released another 2-hour long documentary about the making of Half-Life 2, and they updated Half-Life 2 and stuff, so that's cool.
Interesting.
Bunch of stuff. 20 years ago was pretty good.
That's crazy.
Did any of you guys watch the documentary that Double Fine put out on YouTube about the making of Psychonauts 2?
I did, yeah.
I didn't
So
watch it.
long,
Right.
but
It was really
incredibly interesting. Fully
like-
recommend it.
That was like one of the original like documentaries about game dev, right? Like one of the earlier ones. But now
I don't think.
now loads of
I think
people are
it
doing it, right?
Yeah, I think it came out quite recently. The full documentary.
Oh,
Yeah, Psychonauts 2, not the original Psychonauts.
oh, sorry, Psychonauts 2. Sorry, not the other game that we're making. Oh, yeah.
This covers the whole being bought by Microsoft halfway through the development. And stuff,
I haven't seen that. Okay, I'll want to watch that actually.
Yeah, it's well worth it. Well worth it if anybody's into like game dev and stuff.
Documentary. Yeah, okay, I'll definitely have to watch that. Yeah, the one I thought we were talking about was the other one with the
I didn't know they had made an original, so I'm going to have to go and look for that now.
No, they made one with their point and click game, their adventure game.
Broken Age.
Yeah, was it Broken Age? The newer one, was it called that?
The one with what's his name?
It's like a boy and a
Elijah
girl
Wood.
or whatever.
Yeah, it's Broken Age.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, they got an external company to make that, and that sparked like a whole wave of people starting to do that with a load of companies. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I guess that's us done
think
for
so.
today then. I
think
don't
it-
remember.
There's no racing corner, no speedrun corner, and no.
Racing Corner of the Macau GP is happening and it's very funny. It's like Monaco, but super long and really difficult. And people crash all the time. There were 7 red flags in qualifying yesterday, which is
Jeez.
amazing. Speedrun Corner, Games Done Quick schedule. I'm attending Games Done Quick. RDT, you live in New York-ish, right?
I don't live in New York, but I could see you in New York.
Okay, yeah. Just very early January, I am traveling to America for the first time. I'm going to New York and then road tripping to Pennsylvania, I think it's called.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
So
you can meet
You got a
me in
Philly?
Agnew in Pennsylvania.
I'm
no,
I'm
no, New
spending
Jersey. Sorry.
and after that, I'm spending a couple days in New York before I fly back. So we can probably
yeah.
do
I
something
mean,
then.
so funny enough, I do live between Pennsylvania and New York.
Oh,
And,
okay, all right, okay.
but I do have to go into the city every once in a while for work. So we can, make it happen.
Yeah, okay.
And we could actually take a picture because Broughy and I forgot to do that when he came to
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh. That's where I'm going. That's where
You're
it is,
going to
yeah.
Pittsburgh? That's
Yep.
so far west of Pennsylvania. Just
Well,
go to Philly instead. It's much better.
No, I mean
I'll
Pittsburgh is
meet
where
you
Pittsburgh is where GDQ is. So
Yeah,
that's where I'm going to.
whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that was Speedrun Corner. There you go. Anything else?
I don't
No.
think so.
We speed ran the racing corner and speedrun corner.
Yep. All right. How does Broughy normally end
He
these?
goes, "Hey, you want to say goodbye, guys?" And then I go, "Goodbye,
Well,
guys."
Play marbles. What the hell?
Oh, I'm not doing marbles. It's so
Yeah, no,
boring.
yeah.
Why does he
Yeah,
do?
I'm
I
good.
don't understand the appeal.
It's not boring. How dare you?
No, I don't. It's
You
like
should-
play
you
in
should just
chat,
end the
guys,
stream
and I
never
like.
come back to the podcast.
It's like, oh, type exclamation mark play in chat, guys, to watch your name move across the screen. I'm like, nope, and then I close the stream. All right. Well, yeah.
God,
Do
it's
you
all
want to
coming
say?
out now.
Do you want to say bye, guys?
Goodbye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
All right. Thanks a lot for
Bye-bye.
watching. Broughy will hopefully be back next time and is.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Oh, he's missed. Okay. The one time I slander, he's just in chat. All right. Okay. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, he's late as hell.
Bye.
Get in here, boy.
Bye.